Welcome to the second episode in season 1 of the Malta Humanist Soundbites, a safe space where we get a closer look at humanist individuals in Malta. In the next 7 minutes together with Joanna, we should be getting to know her humanistic views, especially on the topic of the relevance to immigrants. Welcome, Joanna.
Thank you. Hello.
So, Joanna, how long have you lived in Malta and what brought you here?
I've lived here since 1997. What brought me here was a friend of ours suggested Gozo as a holiday destination. We came in 1986 first, and then pretty much every year after that, till my then partner, was offered early retirement, and we decided to move.
Was there a particular instance in your life when you turned to humanism?
I don't think so. I think I was always an atheist. I could never make myself believe in a deity, even when I was quite young and impressionable. My family was nominally Church of England, but we never discussed religion. We weren't a religious family. I did go to church because I joined a brine pack at a local church. And I carried on going for quite a few years just to see my friends, and also, frankly, because there were some really nice boys from a local public school who used to go. But I don't think, I wanted to believe sometimes, but I don't think I ever did. I think humanism probably crept up on me more slowly because I didn't really know much about it, but I do remember maybe 15 years or so ago reading some articles about it and saying to my partner, I think maybe we're humanists as well as atheists.
So which humanist areas interest you the most and why?
I think because of the sense of kind of fair play and justice that my mother always instilled in me, I think freedom of expression, freedom of belief, and latterly, probably the right to choose when to die. And that's really because of my age, I'm an old lady, and because of what I've seen. My husband died a few years ago, and I wouldn't want to have to go through what he went through.
Okay. How did you learn about the Malta Humanist Association?
I'm not wholly sure. I think I'd heard of it before, but I really focused on it when I was trying to find a celebrant for my husband's memorial ceremony in 2015.
And why do you believe so strongly in the need for a strong humanist association in Malta?
Malta's a very religious country, far more so than the UK where I come from. But I think there are growing numbers now of people who don't necessarily accept their traditional religion without question, or even the fact that, there is a God. And I think the MHA needs to be there for those who are asking these questions, and to prove to them that religion isn't the only chance they've got.
Why do you think we don't see or hear a lot from others who might espouse the humanist views?
I do hear quite a lot because I'm a member of the Humanists UK as well, so I hear quite a lot from outside Malta. I don't think there's so much heard here, partly because we're a small place, and partly because there's not many of us, to be honest. And the people who are involved with the MHA, they're not full-time, they're busy people. But I also think that if you're a Maltese citizen, I'm British, it's slightly different for me. I think you probably have to be quite brave to openly question and discuss the humanist point of view here.
So as a long-time immigrant, how have you seen Malta develop from a humanist point of view?
Well, first of all, I don't see myself I do see myself as an immigrant, yes. As I said, I think there are growing numbers of people who do question now, far more so than when I first came here in 1986. And I think some of that is down to our previous chairman, our late chairman, Ramon Kasha, who did a tremendous amount in the years before he died, to bring the humanist view to a wider audience in Malta.
So far, we may not have heard of many women humanists who left a mark on humanism. Why do you think this is so?
I think, I suspect quite often women who are activists in terms of rights and social issues are often concentrating on women's rights and women's issues, maybe with humanism in the background. It's also the case that obviously, I mean, in times gone past, women weren't listened to. It was a cultural thing. Women were told to shut up and stay in the kitchen. That is changing now. I think there are more women humanists who are getting known. They're not necessarily here in Malta. And don't forget, I mean, we've had 2 presidents of the Humanists UK have been women. One was the comedian Linda Smith, who again sadly died a few years ago. And the current president is Professor Alice Roberts. So there are women who are becoming more prominent.
Well, thank you, Joanna, for a very much interesting insight into an immigrant's experience and views of humanism. And that's all for today. Do join me next time when I'll be chatting with another fascinating guest. Bye for now.